So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So what I have here today is the 2023 Chevrolet Suburban High Country 4x4. So I just recently toured the base model. Well, that was an imported model. Check that out on my channel. So I'd like to thank everyone here at Chevrolet Makati. So there's an ongoing North American test drive event here at the moment, and I will dive something very special. Hint, you can see it somewhat in the background. Being the high country model, yeah, compared only with the Z71 pack, which is actually my favorite one. There's a lot of silver trims and chrome around here, but given the size of this and the status of a Suburban, I don't mind it whatsoever. And you get bronze accents here too on the grille, high country embossment here. Ground clearance remains the same at 203mm. As well, you get LED lights, LED repeaters, and reflectors for your amber lights too. And don't worry, this car's not kissing the wall. I mean, there's just a small gap here. We have real vents here on either side too. And then powering this thing, well, it's the same, but I will show you anyways. So like with every Suburban, you get gas struts for opening the hood. Well, the engine is still exactly the same. So this one is powered by 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine that produces 355 horsepower and 580 Newton meters of torque. And like all Suburbans yet again, this one is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So hopefully I can give my thoughts on how this will drive later on, well, in a separate video too. Oh my gosh, I forgot how tall this thing is. Yeah, being a Suburban and Tahoe in general, these cars are really tall. I mean, it's already, the hood's already here on top of my chest already. So here now at the side profile of the Suburban, I mean, yeah, this is much longer than that of the Tahoe Z71 specifically, and that's what's popular too with Suburbans in the first place. They're known to be celebrity cars. I mean, they're used to be the cars of Blackpink as well and BTS. Anyways, you get high country badges now here, and yet again the Suburban badge here on the door card. You get LED repeaters here and 360-degree cameras too on either side of this Suburban. And as well, opening the door, it's pretty huge as you can see. I mean, the door's almost as big as me already. Side steps over here, and I as well love how this shuts. I mean, listen to this. Pretty cool. As well too, you get 22-inch alloy wheels. And here now at the rear of the Suburban High Country, comparing only with the LS base model, looks pretty much the same. Here you get LED taillights yet again, and then quad exhaust pipes over here, and the rest over here as well are all chromed out. So as well, open the boot up. This time you have an electronic tailgate compared to the LS base model. So here at the boot, I mean, it's really huge. Yeah, like with the LS yet again, you can fit a lot of bodies, a lot of people here in the back, even though with the third row in place. So you get threading hooks on either side. But this time now, being the high country top of the line model, you still have a 220-volt outlet here at the rear, but there are 4 more buttons here to fold down the third and second row. So the one here can fold the third row down, as you can see. And what's cool too, so the first time I've ever encountered in any vehicle so far on my channel, you can fold up the third row again electronically, which is very cool. So here, the boot space with all of the seats up. So this is around 500 to 600 liters of space yet again. And if you fold the third row down, it totals at 1,164 liters. And here, another party piece to fold down the second row. You push these 2 buttons yet again, and these seats as well tumble forward. Total space now is 4,096 liters, which is one of the biggest cars I've ever encountered in terms of boot space alone. So yeah, that's, oh yeah, I might miss this just in case. You get LED dome lights right here for the third row. So yeah, that's about it with the exterior, the boot, and the engine of this Suburban High Country. Let's check out the interior. What the heck happened there? So this is the interior of the Chevrolet Suburban High Country 4x4. So here the door card, comparing only with the base models, you get brown leather and squeegee material all round, and as well you have Bose sound system for this High Country. Wow. Whoa, look at this startup. Very adventurous, of course, being a Suburban 4x4. You can take this literally anywhere. They didn't talk about this much with the Suburban LS. So there's literally loud music playing outside the showroom right here on the door. So if I close this door of the Suburban, you don't hear that much anymore, which is, so the NVH here is pretty dang impressive. It's as well the same too with the Tahoe, but I noticed here in the interior, it's a lot more echoey than usual because as well, being the Suburban, it's much longer. So this is the interior of the Suburban High Country. To be honest, this is much better than the LS base model, gotta be honest. I mean, of course, the base model has fabrics here and there, but this High Country is so special to be in. So as well, I was part of the launch of this last year, so check it out too on my channel. I did a quick very quick walk around tour of that. So finally, sitting in here alone and covering everything here, it's so nice to be in a Suburban. So anyways, continuing here in the left side of the dashboard, you get all of your controls here for your parking sensors, 360-degree camera, your light controls, and as well for your 4x4 modes are here. They're not located here anywhere in the center. There's no gear shift here yet again, and like with every other Suburban, you have the weird button layout for your driving modes. So reverse and drive, again, you have to pull them, and then if you want manual mode, it's a push of a button. But anyway, you're not gonna hoon this around anyways, unless you're me. Here in the steering wheel, apologies, it's covered in plastic. The leather here is more on the durable side of things, but still very nice to the touch. As well, you get electronic adjustments too. Ooh, for your telescopic function, but that's the farthest it can go. So here on the left side, you have your cruise control buttons and your forward collision warning, and on the right side, you have your phone connectivity and digital instrument cluster adjustments here on the right side. And speaking of, here in the instrument cluster itself, there's numerous adjustments, and it looks exactly the same like with the Tahoe Z71. So here too, you have your 10.2-inch Chevrolet MyLink infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So same controls here like with the Tahoe Z71, because that's the only time I demoed this kind of infotainment. So the 360-degree camera, reverse camera, is very good, not to my surprise. Here on the right side, beside the infotainment system, you have your hazard button, and then you have your hidden dune cubby space over here. And then further down the infotainment, you have your air conditioning vents, and then way further down, you have your radio buttons, climate control buttons, and knobs. As well too, you can control the climate and heating functions for the second and third row. And then further down, you have one USB-C port, USB port, 220-volt outlet, and a wireless charging pad. So fits my phone. Of course, this is a very cheap ass phone. Anyway, so you have two cup holders over here. So comparing now with the base LS model, okay, the center console box above here is exactly the same. So you have a tray here for your phone, fits my phone perfectly, but this time opening it, okay, the space in here is much less, but it's still pretty good. But yeah, it's not as deep comparing only with the with the LS base model. As well too, there's a small LED light over here, and luckily I was playing around here in the interior, so I thought that was it. So I noticed there's a very big gap here in the console box. So above here, being as well new to the High Country, you have a panoramic sunroof over here. So the controls are above here. You have LED lights too, and then for folding down the second row, adjusting the tailgate, and then opening the sunroof here too. But I found this button over here which caught my attention. Look what this does. So this center console box, you can electronically extend it backwards, so you have an extra space down below. Even better, there's a pop-out tray yet again, so you can hide a lot of stuff in there if you're... Yeah, so anyway, I won't go further in detail with that anymore. So glove box, okay, yeah, I wish it was a little bit bigger given the size of this vehicle. And two, you get brown leather seats for this, so very comfortable to sit in. And as well, there's a lot of adjustments too for your lumbar, forwards and backwards. Electronic adjustments, yep, very good for both front seats. And being the High Country, there's a High Country logo here on the headrest itself. And two, you have your voice command microphones above here in the sun visor. You have a vanity mirror with halogen lights, and as well, being an American Chevrolet, they extend. Very good. That's about here in front of this Suburban High Country. Let's check out the second and third row. Before we go to the second row, few things I discovered before going to the second row. You get extra cubby space here for your phones in either side of the center console box. And luckily, when I was checking out the 360-degree camera, there was a warning that saying the lift gate glass was open. So I literally forgot all about this feature, but I did demo it in the LS. So yeah, this would be a very perfect camera car for me if I wanted to buy one of these. So this is the second row of the Suburban High Country. So here in the door card, like the ones in front, there's a wooden trim with brown leather all around and brown squeegee material here around in the door handle, as well cubby spaces and a Bose sound system yet again. So big highlight too now with being the High Country variant. These are now on captain seats compared to the bench type of the LS base model. But space here, make no mistake, it's still pretty good. So feet room and knee room, well, body room, I can literally bend down without hitting my head on the front seat, and headroom above here despite the sunroof itself, no issues whatsoever. By the way, the sunroof extends only all the way here to the second row, sadly not all the way to the third row. You have two map pockets on either side, as well above here you have two cup holders and somewhat a cubby space in the middle. And then way further down you have your climate control functions, HDMI ports, USB-C ports, and a 220 volt outlet yet again. And another big highlight now being the Suburban High Country, you have two 12.6 inch rear media systems. So literally you can play a PlayStation or connect whatever and watch movies here at the rear. So for this sole media system alone, I would happily buy one of these, but I'll have to stay here in the back and drive. Anyway, that's why I prefer these Z73 packs, just sharing. So what I like too with the Suburban High Country, well, technically even the Tahoe and the lower variants of this, for moving the seats forwards and backwards, they're all manually adjusted, even for folding down the second row. So no fast electronic adjustments here whatsoever. That's how it should be done in the first place anyway. So central armrest over here, well, technically there's a lot of space in the middle, so you can sit a third person here in the middle in case of emergencies only. But yet again, okay, not so bad to sit down there. Actually, just put blankets or rugs and pillows. A third person will come in handy. So on either side too, you have LED lights, coat hangers, and an air conditioning vent. Although you have to be a bit careful when folding the second row captain seats down, because they might tend to hit the media screen for that. So watch out for future owners. So here now in the third row of the Suburban High Country, I mean, it's so spacious even though for the third row. This is one of the most spacious third rows I've ever sat in. So just a little bit longer than that of the Tahoe, but that's the advantage of it anyway. So feet room, okay, pretty much okay. And then as well, being no seat in the middle, you can literally stretch here wherever you want. So yeah, very spacious indeed. Headroom, okay, pretty good too. And then you have one cup holder and cubby spaces on either side, and two USB-C ports. So yeah, that's pretty much here in the third row. Oh, so you get dome light for the boot as well over here for the third row. So I thought, apologies, I thought that was for the third row. So yeah, if I sit here in the middle, I think this is the best place to sit in, because you can just stretch your legs and feet and relax. As well to their two air conditioning vents here on the ceiling on either side. Oh yeah, I just found this right now. So for accessing the third row, you can do it manually with the levers as I said, but there's one button here on the pillar, and then press it. Ah, very easy. Cool. So yeah, that's about it with this Suburban High Country. So the cost for all of this, there's a lot of variants actually. This one costs 1,636,888 pesos. Okay, it's 1.1 million pesos more than the LS Suburban that I checked out almost a month ago. You get a lot for your money, and yeah, nothing to complain about, because this is one of the most luxurious Chevrolets that you can buy. Yeah, worth the money, I would have to say, because it's a Chevrolet, and being a Suburban, this is one of the most popular vehicles on the planet. So yeah, that concludes my walk-around review of the Suburban High Country 4x4. I'd like to thank everyone here at Chevrolet Makati for their North American test drive event, and to Ma'am Jen for making this walk-around reviews possible. There will be few more reviews that I'll be doing here, and one test drive I will do unexpectedly, and actually it's one of the most exciting things I will do in this event. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with the test drive review of this Tahoe Z71 and the Trax LT base model. Bye-bye.